Good afternoon, everybody. This is Marvin LeBlanc. I'm live here in my intergalactic studio, better known as my home office. Let me go ahead and switch it up. Lenora is in the house. All right, Mr. Price, Hunak. Let me switch this up for a second. Excellent. Very good. And for all of you guys that are seeing this on the replay, welcome. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. I am a insurance entrepreneur for the last 28 years. I am a best-selling author, speaker, personal coach, group coach, and overall lover of people and sharer of thoughts. My main place that I hang out is that I have been obsessed with small business leadership. I have been obsessed with personal performance. Yes, and today it's raining all day long, but that doesn't stop me on this Sunday, of course not, and that's why I've got this orange shirt on. So as bad as what it is outside, it's exciting in here. Orange, you happy today? Okay, how hilarious. Okay, or not, right? So, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Let me push this up a little bit. Okay. Can I get a yes? Can everybody hear me? Memphis is in the house. Lenora, can you hear me, baby? Sandra Longmore, the art teacher of the universe, sharing lots of love and spirit earlier today. Destiny is in the house. Man, destiny is important. The only thing close to being as important as destiny is what you become in the journey to your destination. Victor, welcome, Victor. And we have London in the house. I'm saying London. I'll say United Kingdom. That is Gooseberry. Gooseberry was so kind the other night. I did what I thought was a historical broadcast from the inside of a car wash. So I had never heard of anybody doing a Periscope from the inside of a car wash that was active. And so I did it. Why? Because I can. Let's get to the topic today. And I also have another little gizmo. Let me see if I can find my little gizmo. Where did I put it? Okay, I can watch this. Gooseberry will watch me on this, and Sandra will also back me up on this. It's 10 after the hour. Do not let me go longer than about 12 to 14 minutes. Garth is in the house. Man, I want to thank Garth because I was abusing Garth in what I thought was humor. Hey, Garth, what this is about is this is a supplemental bonus to the bonus of the Perry 10K rockin' share-a-thon that just happened. And so you guys inspired me so much about the 3 best tips to overcome self-criticism. And so I wanted to share a little bit about overcoming self-criticism because many people have asked me about that question because obviously, as you know, come hell or high water, life lessons from Hurricane Katrina. Facing life's challenges no matter what. So I had a little bit criticism in my life, Garth. I guess that was around, 2005 and later, because I was never involved in politics at all. Hurricane Katrina hits. Long story short, I saw a lot of people complaining and raising hell, but not a lot of people involved in solutions. And so I got involved with fighting for the people of my parish who had no homes, had no water, and no food. And so there was a lot of criticism out there. So a couple of little things. First of all, if you would go right down there to the bottom right and click on and share this with some of your peeps, I would thoroughly appreciate it. The other thing is there are excellent replays available on everything from small business leadership, how to turn your business around when all hell breaks loose and you lose all of your employees and all your business. And there's actually a way for you to come back from all of that with your check being not deposit it anymore because I lost 68% of my income in the first 100 days after Katrina. And then you come back from that. How do you do that after you lose a house, after you lose employees, and after you lose a business? Well, first thing in self-criticism or criticism that comes in from others, there is a way to come back from nothing. Matter of fact, there's even better ways, Gooseberry, to come back from nothing, because actually I'm a far greater person, in my personal opinion, on personal growth after the storm. Number one, whenever those dark thoughts start creeping in, and listen, no one is exempt from dark thoughts. If you think Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn doesn't have negative thoughts from time to time, you're absolutely mistaken. The difference between those people and others is they don't stay there because they've learned techniques to get out of it. So number one, here's what I do. I get busy. Any of you are movie fans? Have you seen the movie Shawshank Redemption? Say yes. Have you seen the movie Shawshank Redemption? What's that guy's name? Morgan what? Shawshank Redemption. He says in it, you either going to get busy living or you're going to get busy dying. Catchy, thanks so much for putting that down. Catchy keeps me in line. She's an unbelievable person, and she's going to thrive in the thank you economy. You know why? Because she's grateful, because she shows up, and because she matters. Thank you, Paige. You're right, baby. You are so right. So number one, whenever self-doubt and criticism is creeping in, almost all of us have a list. Okay, well, pull out that list and get busy. Matter of fact, let me just show you something. Okay, so here's my notebook, and you see those little lines on the side? Okay, well, whenever some pity-potty thoughts start coming in, here's a list of things that just come in my mind. This list right here is just from maybe the last hour listening to the Share-a-thon, okay? I've got so many ideas flowing, it's not even funny. So really, that's the problem. Go turn off that cable TV, okay? First of all, television, if sports revenue wasn't coming in, okay, television almost wouldn't exist, okay? It's going away right now. You're at the hot place, baby. You're at the Periscope TV. Come on, can you imagine when Apple gets all of its stuff together, you can be in the homes for your customers or your offices of customers that are at offices. You can be in their home every day. Okay, so the power is actually in your hands. It's not all in the power of the corporation. But what you do have to do whenever you get those dark thoughts is, number one, you have to get busy. Number two, you have to focus on this, and Ketchy will put this down, please. Extraction for attraction. Extraction for attraction. If you're saying, well, man, nobody's really attracted to me. Nobody's interested. I'm in direct sales, or I'm in network marketing, or I'm in whatever. Nobody seems to be interested in me. Well, it's not that they're not interested in your product. It's just that you're not interesting. Okay? So focus in on becoming interesting. And how you become interesting is whenever you see stuff that's not working, quit doing it. Quit doing it, okay? Just learn what not to do, and then don't go do it, okay? Go do something else. Number three, get in the mirror. Okay, here's the deal. All right, I got to give it to you. I'm going to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is the power. So when I get really pissed off and just things aren't going my way, maybe it was a head-on collision I had to have back surgery. Maybe it was this tongue that's gotten tongue surgery twice, and I'm just having those dark thoughts beat me up. What do? I get myself in the mirror. Here's a story. Just recently I was in Washington, D.C. What a beautiful place. I'm sitting down and I'm having a pity party because this hand right here has 62 stitches in it. This wrist has 2 screws and 32 stitches in it. And what I was complaining about in my pity party was, well, how am I ever going to play good golf because these last 2 fingers don't really work right? And thanks so much, Carl. Respect for androids. There you go. Well, here I am. Yes, be vulnerable, Ketchy. You're right. So I'm on this pity part. I'm sitting at a lunch table with somebody from the Wounded Warriors Project that has no legs, people. He has no legs. And he said, yeah, I got pissed off too after I lost both of my legs. And so I decided after that I was going to climb Kilimanjaro, the mountain. So here I am worrying about playing good golf because these 2 fingers are mangled. And I got somebody talking to me that he climbed a mountain with both of his legs blown off, people. Are you with me on that? Okay, so what did I do? I went in the bathroom. That's where all of my big talks happen, in front of a mirror. And I looked at myself, and I'm not going to use the curse words that I use on myself, but you stupid SOB, you're complaining about that. You have 8 good fingers, so shut up and go learn a new golf swing with only 8 fingers. Okay, oh, natural aromas in the house. I so apologize. I'm going to go back and look at the replay if I've missed your comments, because your comments is what makes it. And I love hearts. Hearts are great. Shoot them up. Shoot them up. Shoot them up. And invite. So point number 1, get busy. Number 2, extraction for attraction. Okay, extract what's not good and you'll become more attracted. Number 3, get in the mirror and have positive self-talk. OES 128's in the house. Thank you. If you're new, please say yes. I'm excited about new people. I'm excited about sharing my ideas. Today I call Sunday Servant Sunday. So I'm trying to serve you with knock your socks off material that you can use immediately. Claire's in the house. Okay, so number 4 is reframe your brain. And what that means is maybe you physically need to have a reset. Go outside, look at a squirrel, a tree, animals, wildlife, a pond, something. Reframe your brain set at that time. Okay, somewhere, I think it's in the Bible, somebody that's really good in the Bible can tell me this, but this is something that I take very serious, and that is, there you go, reframe, or reframe, or F-R-A-M-E, reframe your brain. Number 5 is stand guard at the gateway of your mind. Stand guard at the gateway of your mind. That means be carefully selective on whose thoughts you listen to. Okay, if you're always just following the herd, you might want to look and see what the leader's thinking that's directing the herd. Okay, well now what I'm asking you to do is you drive your herd. You drive your tribe. Okay, you serve your tribe. You ask your tribe what it is that they need. And with all of your goodness and marvelousness, which is not a word, but you kind of know what I mean, right? Marvelousness. Man, that's something even Garth likes. Marvelousness. Stand guard at the gateway of your mind. Thank you so much for that, Ketchy. So here's the thing. If you're going to allow just anything to seep in, then don't bitch when you don't end up in the right place. Okay? Sorry. I'm sorry. See, you got to make choices. Well, I work for this boss and he hasn't given me a raise. Well, no. That's not the right attitude. The right attitude is, no, I don't need to ask my boss for a raise. What I need to do is show my boss more value. Okay, what it's about is being accountable and responsible. Many people that follow me are small business owners. They're actually employees and they're now small business owners because they have a dream, and so they're building a network marketing company. They're building a direct sales company, and so they're following me because I've been an entrepreneur since 1978. little secret. I think I turned in distributor's application when I was 17, and you're not supposed to become a distributor until you're 18. But I was so enthusiastic. I wanted to make it right then and there. And in like around 1979, I made $2,853 in 1 month. Wow! For a small Cajun boy, small town Cajun boy, $2,853 in 1 month in 1979 was a lot of bucks. Okay? Heck, it's still pretty good money right now. I don't know how some people can live on it, but hey, you can make ends meet on $2,853 until you decide to make 3 times more than that. Okay, so let's do a recap because I'm coming to the end of my time and I want to rock. Number 1, whenever the subject is 3 best tips to overcome your self-criticism, guess what? I'm going to give you about 6. In South Louisiana, they call that lagniappe shack. That means a little bit extra. It's kind of like the baker's dozen when he throws in 13 instead of 12. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Number 1, you got self-confidence issues. You got criticism issues where you're getting dark thoughts. Number 1, get busy. Number 2, get extraction for attraction. So in other words, get rid of whatever's not working and then you'll be more attracted. Number 3, get in the mirror, have a self-talk. And what I'm talking about a self-talk is I look at myself in the mirror and man, I say, come on man, you're a lot better than that. Come on man. Number 4, reframe your brain. You might have to do a physical reset where you go somewhere else. Number 5, stand guard at the gateway of your mind. That means you're very careful and respectful of yourself, that you deserve to have the right information coming in. Okay, turn that television time into personal development. So turn the TV off and put the PD into your life, personal development. TV out, PD in. TV out, PD in. Personal development. Number 6, does the thoughts that you're thinking currently serve you? I just got that from Brooke. She's at Caramel Bella. You definitely should follow her. Okay. So what she's talking about is that thought serving me? You know, if I continue to go that way, Garth mentioned this earlier, if I continue to think those thoughts, how is that going to serve me? Okay. Number 7, you get this thought, oh, I can't. Well, it's different for you. You don't know the circumstances I'm in. Oh, honey, give it a break. We're all fighting stuff. Okay, just because everything is not working out just right for you doesn't mean everybody else has it better. Here's a secret. If you could change, and I take your problems, and then you take my problems, which set of problems do you really think you're going to want to work on in the future? Well, I don't know. I never really thought of it that way. Well, you need to think of it that way. Okay? Be grateful for the problems that you have, because those problems are actually what are going to define you. And when it comes to business, be very sensitive towards what the customer is telling you that their problem is, and be obsessed with solving it. And then that is the step that's going to help you move on to greatness. Okay? And then number 8, when it comes to negative self-talk, you have to ask yourself, thanks Garth for coming back, consider the source. Consider the source. What am I talking about? Well, I don't take lessons for golf from a guy who can't beat me. Okay? I didn't become a professional speaker and learned all about being a professional speaker by taking lessons from somebody who doesn't professionally speak. I don't give advice to entrepreneurs and not be an entrepreneur my own self. The reason people pay me lots and lots of money to personally coach them is they know they're going to get a straight answer. They're going to get whatever, 28, 30 years of being in 13 and 14 different types of organizations, everything from owning cattle, network marketing. I own a multi-million-dollar insurance firm in South Louisiana. And obviously, I own Marvelous Performance Systems, which is a think tank for all of the systems that I've used to basically come back. I was at the pinnacle of my career, lost it all, and then came back again and got back on top. Now, that's pretty impressive. In other words, there's got to be some things that I did, some systems, some techniques, some mindsets that enabled me to come back with basically a brand new team. So that's what happened. And so, for instance, let's see if I can find it. This idea right here. You see this little card here, right? Okay, this is not my idea. Okay, this is an idea from Randy Gage. Randy Gage is a prosperity expert, and Randy Gage happened to have this card one day at a conference, and all I did was I put my most famous quote, and that is, if all other things are equal, a passionate person will outperform someone less passionate, because the passionate person attracts more people to them on a day-to-day basis. And so that word passion, when people would describe me, and I asked whatever 100 people, what's the first word that comes to your mind that describes me? And the word passion continues to come up. Now, it doesn't always have to be outward passion. You could have a introverted personality, but still have a fire burning in your belly. Well, what I did was took the idea of someone that is far more successful than I am. And so that's what I wanted to cover today. I'm probably going to be doing a couple of other scopes before I go to bed, simply because I am on fire today. And that bad weather out there with all that rain that's left over from Hurricane Patricia, that's not going to slow me down. Actually, I welcome it. You know why? Because I got a lot of other great things done today. So you see, that's flipping the attitude. That's flipping the attitude. What are you going to do with these 8 tips? Are you going to be more proactive in considering the source of who's giving you advice? I mean, is it Uncle Bob giving you advice? He drinks a 6-pack every night at 6 o'clock. He watches Archie Bunker, then goes to bed and starts over the next day. Uncle Bob, he's a nice guy. You should see him at family reunions. But Uncle Bob's not going in the same direction as you are. So you can't follow his advice, okay, people? So consider the source. This word, I can't. Oh, why not? I can't. Okay. In my house growing up, I don't really know why, but I wasn't allowed to use the word I can't. And it was a great blessing. Okay. It's a fancy way of saying figure it out, because I can't wasn't acceptable. And so I can't shouldn't be acceptable with you either. So remember that every time you tell yourself I can't. Oh, come on, man. I shot 77 yesterday with 8 fingers. If you don't know anything about golf, 77's pretty good. I had 15 pars, but I really screwed up one hole and I triple bogeyed it. But you know what? I'm not beating on myself because of the triple bogey. I'm just celebrating the fact that I spent quality time with my dad, and I still shot 77, which is about average for me. Okay, I'm still excited. What are you going to get excited about? What are you going to do? Are you going to stand guard at the gateway of your mind? Are you going to reframe your brain? Are you going to get in that mirror? You can get in that mirror. I've spent a lot of time in my car. Get in that car and be honest with yourself. Don't beat on yourself, okay? Just remember, after you hear all of that self-pity talk, go ahead and say, hey, what is it that I do well? And so I'm going to end with this. There's only 2 choices that you can make. You can emphasize all of the dark thoughts. And I encourage you to write down all of the dark thoughts, all of that little self-limiting beliefs. I'll give you a quick hint. I had a self-limiting belief because a woman by the name of Mickey Williams, M-I-K-K-I, Williams, MickeyWilliams.com once suggested, hello, Etoile is in the room. Mickey Williams is a Hall of Fame speaker. I, along with her, we're all national members of the National Speakers Association. Pretty good for a guy that's got about 20% of his tongue missing, right? Well, I had some dark thoughts because she said, Marvin, your Katrina story, it's amazing. You're going to have to share that with other people. Oh, my God. The first time she told me that, my goodness gracious. Who the heck is she? There's nobody that's going to read that story. And for 2 years, I didn't write the story. And for 2 years, she kept getting up in my face saying, Marvin, you got to tell this story. And so you see, I was listing all of the dark, all of the wrong reasons why nobody would ever want to hear that story. And then I spend a lot of time telling myself, what are the green check marks versus the red X's? And I'll cover that on a scope next. And that is the light. What are the good things that I do share? What people out there can I affect in a positive way and make a change? And then when you look at all of the dark reasons, and then you look at all of the light reasons, this is your dark reasons. You see that? That's what you do with the dark reasons. You just spit them out. And you just remember that this South Louisiana Cajun boy believes in you. There is nothing you can't overcome without an ardent desire to achieve it, and without the willingness, or with rather, the willingness to take action. Don't fall for those non-dreamers. The reason they're beating up on you is because they're trying to pull you back down into their hole, their life that just is miserable and just sucks. Don't you be miserable. Don't you be a non-dreamer. You hang around the right people. You hang around with Marvin LeBlanc. I wish you love. I wish you peace. And I wish you gumbo. Go back and slow down and replay this and think of those 7 or 8 things and fight through that criticism, because you're looking at a person right now that can speak before thousands, and that never has intimidated me as much as a Periscope broadcast. So you just keep fighting the good fight. And if you want to send me something personal, at my email, MarvinLeBlancSpeaker@gmail.com, you do that. If your heart is moving you to leave me a tip at paypal.me/MarvinLeBlanc, I donate money to the American Diabetes Association. I lost my mother at 56 years old because of complications due to diabetes. I will work with you and I will serve you in whatever way you feel necessary. Because what I want to do is, for the rest of my life, I'm obsessed with paying it forward. I love you. Goodbye. Share this with others and never give up hope. And spit out those non-dreamers. Goodbye.